Can anybody hear us? There's like a 15-second delay. I just want to make sure you can hear us. Say hello.
Hello.
Anybody?
How do we tell if someone's in there?
We can't tell if anybody's in there, but they'll be able to talk to us in the chat, so we'll be able to see.
Like it doesn't give us a list?
No.
No?
Why would it do that? No, Twitch doesn't do that.
I don't know. I don't even use regular chats. Don't ask me.
I'm not asking you. Hey, we're good apparently.
Yay.
Nice. Okay. And is the audio kind of okay? I know we don't have a picture up right now. I'm pretty sure it's just a logo, but it's like a very small, scrunched version of the logo.
Is that just because there's a delay on it?
No, that's because I haven't turned on
Oh.
the image yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can see the chat. Okay, you can barely hear us?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go ahead and I guess I'll buff the audio real quick.
Yeah. You should probably turn on the picture too so you can see the silhouette.
So go ahead and talk into the mic and ask if they can hear you now.
Can you hear us now? One person's saying they can hear us clearly, so they don't know.
Oh.
So I don't.
Weird.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't not be able to hear us. We should be pretty clear. And now I've turned the audio on the game down way a bunch. So we'll see what happens there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So
Get the picture up.
All right. There we go. So hey.
Woo!
Welcome everybody. So this is Monster Rancher 2.
So I don't remember if we made it like officially said anywhere that we tried recording this game 2 times and had
Didn't we do
different.
it 3 times?
No. Okay,
No?
so the
Okay.
first time we did it and it was like we were tired and terrible and the monster we got didn't work very well. And then the second time it was great, but then the Elgato like crashed and
Totally
didn't
shit
save
the
it.
bed. Like the Elgato fell right the hell apart. Tell us if you guys can hear see the actual game and hear the game too. I suppose.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've done streaming, so we're like kind of new to this.
Yeah, we're doing Monster Rancher because I thought it would be more fun to do with people telling us what to do in the game.
Also, this will probably wind up on YouTube eventually, so hey YouTube people, this is a stream.
Yep.
Yep. Suezo looks cute on the title screen. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Suezos are cool.
So there's a delay between you and us of about, I want to say, 15 seconds. I did some calculating really like quickly earlier today. So it's about a 15-second delay, maybe a little bit more depending on what's going on. And the stream should be steady, but the bitrate's really low. But that's not really going to matter because it's a PS1 game. It's like native resolution right now is 640 by 480. It's like nothing.
Yeah. So should I start?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
I was also going to say though that on top of that, we have like set up for some streaming on PC, and boy, is that not going to happen.
Yeah, for some reason, probably because the resolution on the PC games are better, it like doesn't stream as fast.
No. It's our internet just doesn't handle it. We can't. Our upload speed is awful.
Okay,
Apparently,
yeah, that too.
it's so bad. Like an average upload speed, I think is like 10 megabits a second or something like that. But ours is like I don't know. I want to say it's like less than 1 megabyte a second. It's awful. So the bitrate on this is like 750 as opposed to like 2500, which is what it typically is.
Unless anyone objects, I'm going with the name Hundera.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to give him about 15 seconds.
Okay.
You guys want the name Hundera?
Is it faster to just type directly into the chat?
What do you... Well, I mean, maybe, but that would be
That
weird.
would just take us longer to type it, I guess.
Yeah. Probably take us longer to type than it would to see it. We have you guys on the chat. We can see you right now. We're looking at you on a tablet.
All 3?
No, there's probably more people watching. We just can't see them.
Okay.
That's good. So, okay,
Yeah.
Pandera, why not? For all intents and purposes, do you want to use a real monster? Like, do you want to get one off of a CD and all that other stuff? Okay, all right.
Well, where's the fun in not doing that?
Well, I don't know. How am I supposed to know?
Pandera,
Yeah.
you will be a new trainer, right? Yeah, probably.
No.
Oh no, we've played this game many times, but
Yeah. So yeah, we've tried to record this game twice, and both times it's absolutely shit the bed. I cannot believe we had an entire session of almost 2 hours of recording, where we did the recording, and then the Elgato just decided, nah, I'm not going to go ahead and record that at all.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, because it's gonna take a delay to get these questions in. We're just going to answer them. They don't affect anything as far as we can tell. This personality test does nothing.
I don't think we have any Kids Bop CDs, by the way. Somebody in chat said we should use Kids Bop. We do have Smash Mouth, however.
We have Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory, but we know what that gives, and it's not that interesting.
Yeah, it's not actually
It's a
that great a
Ninja
monster.
Kato.
It would be really difficult to use.
So I'm just gonna answer these randomly.
Okay. When you're ordered to do something you like, are you confused?
Sure.
What? I don't know.
In a battle, what counts at the end is mental power. It depends on the monster. I'm just gonna say yes.
They're not necessarily talking about monster battles.
All right. Sometimes it's important for people to simply let something go. No, we're spiteful. No, yeah, let's
Be
just.
the most spiteful people. Okay, so the trick with this is that your answers don't matter at all.
Yeah, is this one of those things that people have tried to figure it out in the game code and still don't know?
I'm pretty sure it's got nothing. Like, it's just completely empty. It's a really good idea, and I like the concept of tossing out like a personality test at the beginning of an interesting game like this.
But only if it does something.
But only if it does something. Like Digimon has one at the Digimon World, the original one.
Yeah, and then it
has one at the beginning.
affects your starter.
And that totally affects your starter. And sometimes you'll get like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games will do this at the beginning.
Yeah.
And that affects what you start out as. This game, nothing. It doesn't affect anything at all, to my knowledge.
Yeah, because
just like New Vegas.
You just do whatever you want with your monster, because you can just get whatever monster you need out of like CDs and stuff. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna meet Colt in a second, and she's basically our hands and eyes and everything.
In the original game and in the series, Colt is Holly.
Well, Colt's in the series
they're two
too.
completely different people, but
Yeah.
but Holly and Colt fill the exact same role. They look very similar, also.
Yeah. And also, the year that we start in is year 1000. So
Yeah, you're real
everything's
lucky.
gonna count up from that, and you can just keep going forever. You can go for like 100 years in this game.
Yeah. There is this really interesting thing in this game. Like, you and Colt never age, obviously, because that would be ridiculous. How would that
Yeah,
even
like
work?
you don't have a face.
Yeah, you don't see yourself ever, by the way. You don't have a model. It's first person at all times. And I think we said this in the recording that got scrapped, but Monster Rancher is literally just a UI system with pretty pictures in the background.
Yeah, it's just a system of menus.
Yeah, there's actually, like, for those of you who have never played Monster Rancher, this is what we're going to be playing. This is pretty much, like, almost
Well,
it.
other than the
I mean, we're
battle
going to get
system.
more menus going on and stuff. Yeah, and the battle
And
system is a
adventuring,
thing.
which is really hard to get to happen.
It's actually pretty easy. It's hard to
It's
know what to do.
fame-based.
You just have to get over a certain amount of fame, yeah. But that's still, like, I mean, we're playing a PS1 spreadsheet game at this point. Like,
Pretty
come on.
much.
It's almost exactly what's going on.
Yeah, but with animations. I'm kind of mashing through things. But yeah,
that's
she's a newbie, but she's basically like she explains everything when we need to have it explained.
Like I was saying, though, continue if you had stuff.
Just basically she's just our prompts. I'm not gonna go through this shit because it's just tutorials and we can explain it ourselves. So
Yeah,
no more.
it's not that important. The whole thing where you don't see yourself, by the way, is played really weird if you get far enough into the game. Like, if you get, I think it's 10 years in, Colt stops you on the day that you started 10 years in and goes, like, wow, we've been doing this for 10 years. Does that seem weird to you? We've known each other 10 years. And then she kind of has this moment like, it's like we haven't changed at all. And then I think you have unique dialogue when you hit 100 years as well. And it's like, yeah, Colt's noticing weird things.
I'm gonna move to the ground and look through the binder. Okay, so story. At some point, Josh found a binder of CDs on the road on his way home from work.
It was a binder, though, so the CDs weren't destroyed. Like, I used to find CDs on the side of the road all the time, and they would always be destroyed.
Oh, yeah, we come from the golden age of AOL free trials, so, like,
we're
used
like,
to that.
Like, even nowadays, like, if I'm walking
it's
around
rarer.
the city, no, it's actually really common.
It was way more common back in the AOL
you'd
days.
think, yeah, well, back in the AOL days, you had people using it for, like, I don't know, like, frisbees or something. People throwing discs around, like,
or turning them into,
coasters
like wind chimes, or hanging them in their window so that birds are scared of them and don't run in the window.
Yes, by the way, chat, it's a pack of cursed CDs, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, basically we found the Jumanji of 90s music.
Also, let's see. A year in this game is how many days? It's 4 weeks to a month. Is it
12 months?
Is it 12 months? I know there is 4 seasons, so one could assume that it's supposed to mimic reality.
I think it's 52 weeks, and one action is 1 week.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, an action takes up an entire week, and it almost feels like, if you want to break it down, you could almost argue that a week is a day. But it's like, honestly, that still doesn't feel quite correct, because you'd assume that it would only take you like a day to rest, but it takes you a week, but then it takes you a week to train, and it's like, that's a pretty realistic expectation, I think.
So we got Dave Matthews Band, we got Hootie and the Blowfish, we've got William Shakespeare's Romeo plus Juliet music from
I don't think we actually have that one. No, that's just the case. We don't have the disc on all of these.
That's true. That's
true. I guess whoever owned this and threw it out of the side of their car had a bunch of CDs in their car also.
Probably. We got, like,
I'd like to point out, by the way, we found this, but I did wait days for somebody to collect it from my work, because it was found right outside of my my work, and nobody ever collected it.
Should I just go with Smash Mouth?
Somebody suggested Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't even know if Smash Mouth works, to be honest.
We'll try Hootie and the Blowfish because someone suggested it.
Okay.
Because
is it not there? That might be one of the ones where the disc doesn't exist.
No, it's right here. Where's the opening for this particular? Is it on the front?
Is it on the front? I have no idea.
This one's extra cursed.
Wait.
Where's the opening?
Is it going through the top?
Yeah, we have to go all the way down.
Why?
The others aren't like that.
No, it's like the first page of this binder requires you to reach through 2 packages to get a disc out. Why would it be like, your hand doesn't even fit that far in, and you got like tiny baby hands?
I do. My hands are genetically, my family has a strong history of hobbit hands.
I'm still a little sick, so I'm going to be coughing off.
All right, so get it into the part where I open the thing.
Oh, right.
We're going to hook some Blowfish.
Little backstory about the way that this works. So you have 2 kinds of reproduction. You have disc stone and you have slate. We're going to do disc stone. Disc stone is where you pop the disc out, put a new disc in, read the data, and then it applies it to an algorithm, and then it creates a monster out of it. Slate is if you have memory card data from the original game. So if you have a monster in the original game, you can take the data off of your memory card and create that monster again in Monster Rancher 2. I don't know if it works with Monster Rancher 2 data, which sounds really weird when I say that, but like I don't actually know.
We don't have the first game, by the way.
No, we don't have the first game, by the way, and I think I do have save data for the first game, but I don't think I have anything on it. I think I've got like a grape zoom
also, can we
something.
even do that through the PS3?
No, actually, because we can't hook PS1 memory cards up to it. We can save. It has an internal PS1 memory card, but we can't hook external ones up to it. So
Alright, big moment. It's gonna be a hooting blowfish. I've never listened to any songs by this band.
Yeah.
We've never listened to any of the CDs in this cursed binder.
That's not entirely true. I think I did listen to the Smash Mouth CD at some point. It's early Smash Mouth. I think it's got All Star on it. Like,
okay.
I don't even know what it is, to be completely honest. I completely forget what CD that is.
I don't know. It said Smash Mouth, and then it said edited by Eric
This
Valentine.
already looks like it's gonna... Oh, God!
Nice.
Why?
This is what we got.
Oh, it's just
I like
a texture.
Monols. I like Monols.
It's Satan.
What's the name? What are we naming it?
It's Watermelon Satan. Anyone else having issues with the stream button? Oh, I'm sorry. I know you can't hear me, but I'm sorry if it's having some issues buffering. I'm not sure why it would be.
So it looks like it's a plant and a monol, and life
Yeah,
and
I
intelligence.
think-
It's just overall pretty solid.
I'm
It's
pretty
slow,
sure
though.
their specialty is in life. They might be one of those monsters that has long lives, but not quite as long as Mach, which is like a tree monster that lives like 30 years.
Candy.
Yeah, it's a wallpaper.
There's actually other monols that look even more like Candy.
Am I thinking of the first one, or is it in this game where you get a monol that just is a wall that has been graffitied?
I want to say it's in both.
Oh.
I think.
Is that the one that can turn into Doodle, too, if you give it time?
Yes. The idea is you get a monol, like a regular one, and then you make it famous, and then you do something to drop its fame, and then people get mad at it and come over and spray paint it. And then you can take that and get a different monster that's just the spray paint.
That is an amazing way to go about doing that, too. Like, you have to get the fame super high, and then it drops, and people get so angry they go and spray paint the monster because it's just a wall. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Now make a Warhammer out of it. Yeah, I mean, he'd be a good weapon. He's a big wall.
Yeah.
He does look like a fruit roll-up, by the way.
Yeah, I want to say it's the monol gel is literally called ice candy, but I don't remember.
Ooh, or a popsicle. You know what? He could be a popsicle.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he wiggles. And he is a baby, so I'm gonna feed him milk, and if that doesn't work, like, then we'll know that he's like a fucked up evil baby who doesn't like milk.
I think he's the kind who would have tongue tattoos for fruit roll-ups. What do you think?
Maybe. I forgot that was
I
ever a
forgot
thing.
tongue tattoos were ever a thing.
You see that face?
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah.
Was that an
tongue
angry
tattoo.
face or a happy face?
I think that was a happy.
I
like monos. Like, I tend to not like things that are like inanimate objects with googly eyes. Give me an inanimate object without the googly eyes, and I'm like, that's okay now.
And then it grows a face and arms and is like the most terrifying thing you've ever seen.
We're talking to Master Pabs now. This is kind of a pointless conversation. He's just going to explain some other thing.
Yeah, the one where you have to let monsters die to get it, by the way, is actually Ghost. I've gotten a Ghost in earlier games. Those aren't too bad to do.
Oh, it's
it
like you
takes
have to
a
have
while
something
to get it to happen,
die,
though.
and then you get like a stick off of its grave.
Yeah,
or
and then you
something like
set
that.
the stick up inside the grave, and eventually it disappears and then comes back, and it's like, oh, it's a ghost with a wand.
Candy's doing cartwheels.
What? This is a real Halloween game, by the way.
Only sometimes.
This thing terrifies me. Go into data, by the way. I want to show
Yeah.
this off.
So
yeah.
Fame 0, age 0, wins, loses 0.
Yeah, everything's 0 for the most part.
It dislikes meat and it likes to play.
That's probably good because meat's very expensive anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
we can
nice
just
that
keep
we can
giving it
just
milk.
give it other things.
Yeah, and it's got 2 power type moves. And
Is it a power thing or is it intelligence?
I think it can do both.
Okay.
Both, more or less.
Yeah, alright.
I'm gonna... Okay, unless... at any point during training, if anyone wants to, Oh, turn back, you shouldn't have used the cursed CDs. I mean, yeah.
No, we're using... Yeah, we love to curse each other. We've had, what, 3 cursed videos up on the channel?
I don't know. Lots of things just in our life seem to be cursed.
What were you saying, though, about...
I'm going to just start training for power for a few runs, and you guys just shout at me if you want me to train something else. I'm gonna show...
Before you do, go back into data.
Okay.
I want you to hit monster, and then hit view.
Oh yeah, no, we should do that. Good
I think it's either L1 or R1 to zoom in. Yeah, okay. Now start hitting face buttons that aren't triangle. Why? Just that face, though. That I don't know why it weirds me out so much. Yeah, it's just like this weird smiling monster face. I'm almost sad that the eating animation isn't one of the things that we can have happen here.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, I'm going to be training power, but just tell me when you want me to change. I'm going to show you guys the different options. We got Domino, that's power. I got skill, speed, intelligence.
And they all raise
life,
fatigue.
Defense, and then these ones will raise two things, so power and life, and also lowers speed. Speed and intelligence up, power down. Defense and life up, intelligence down. Intelligence and skill up, defense down. Those are kind of hard for a baby.
They're basically broken into light and heavy training. Heavy training raises fatigue greatly. Light raises fatigue very small amounts. But the things that you get are bigger.
So he's doing battle against his own kind. And
he failed. He failed to fight these inanimate models.
Yeah. I'm not gonna scold him though. He's literally a newborn.
Yeah. Well, Domino raises power because you have to knock the dominoes over with power or something like that.
You just bump them. You know, it's just you just shove.
There's also, did we say that there's like 4 different options for how to end these things?
There's success, there's really good success, there's like great. Lose, and then there's cheat.
Yeah, there's success, failure, cheat, and great. Cheat, I think for this one might be where they like walk around and just knock the final one over without touching the first 2. Failure is when it doesn't knock over. This was success where they all 3 knock over. Great is where the monster reels back and attacks it, and then the first 2 have holes explode out of the center, and then the final one gets a big dent and goes flying.
Yeah, and also the training things will like be upgraded over time, and I don't remember what trips that.
We're worried about our internet cutting out. By the way, it has not been the best today, and it might be because it's been raining kind of a bit.
Has it been raining today?
Yeah, it's been raining.
Oh, shit.
Did you? You didn't even notice.
I haven't left the house today. Have you?
I left the house a little bit.
I'm going to show Study because it's my favorite because it's so silly.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So Colt has an assistant that is a bird.
Yeah. This is Joy.
The bird is the closest thing to us that we will ever see, because Colt doesn't have a model. She's just got that picture that gets stuck at the sides of boxes. We don't have a picture even. We're just nothing, but we're talked to by everyone. And the bird actually interacts with monsters and does things. Her name's Joy. She's our hands, basically.
Yeah, she's a toucan, and she just sits there with a book and like lectures in toucan speak.
And the monsters understand her.
And Candy failed at that, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
Digimon World 3 does. I wish we had the other Digimon Worlds. We had the first one. We don't have any of the others.
Well,
they're
we've got the first one, and we've got Data Squad, obviously, because we did that one.
Yeah, but they're like $100 on
Yeah, they're very expensive games. We might be able to get them off of. I don't know if they're on the PSN, but some of them might be.
I doubt it. But there's other stuff on the PSN that we might get at some point. Like Spyro, like all 3 of the original Spyros.
Yeah, we have the shit Spyro.
Oh yeah, we got Enter the Dragonfly for GameCube.
That game's unfinished. Like documented
literally.
Unfinished. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that Josh probably doesn't want to ever play again.
Yeah, I'll play it if we're doing it for the channel. It's awful is the problem. That game requires you to take advantage of glitches and jump through the floor at one point and then swim through nothing in order to like get to an underground hidden like gem repository. It's awful.
Yeah. Errantry is something we're not going to do yet because it could literally kill Candy.
Oh yeah, no, too young.
Yeah.
Errantry is really cool. It takes 4 weeks, so a full month. And it's just doing non-stop training, and there's a chance to get skills on top of that, so you get more things for your battling.
I'm gonna go through this dialogue at the shop just to get it out of the way.
The first 2 Spyros, by the way, are actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, I haven't played any but the second, but that one's grand.
The first one's pretty good. Can you fly in the second, or just glide?
Well, you have to go through and get fly as a power up for certain areas, but yeah, you can fly.
Yeah, because I think in the first one you can't fly
you can't
almost
swim
at all.
At all. Like he dies in water. And the second, he's basically just a fish. Like he can swim forever without air.
I don't know where those arms are coming from, by the way, chat. Like the eyebrow limbs is what somebody described it as for Candy. I don't know. Maybe.
Monols just do whatever they want.
Yeah, monols are kind of like just the most confusing monsters alive. Their anatomy makes no sense. They're just walls.
They don't have anatomy.
I know. I think it's that they're like ghosts or spirits trapped in slates of wall, basically, and they're trying to manipulate things.
So I'm just gonna show some of these items just because.
Oh my God.
So this mango, that's more of a pear, and we can buy candy for candy.
Star candy.
And you can get this thing that witches would brew. And this cake that's shaped like an apple.
Brew.
Like it's like a hidden secret cake in an apple.
Yeah, it says apple cake, but that's just like an orange or something.
We can get this cocaine.
We're gonna be getting a lot of pot and cocaine.
We can get some pharmaceuticals and a slightly different brand of them. We can get nuts oil. Gross.
Oh wait,
we can
no,
get
we're not
these
getting
star
cocaine.
fruit.
What am I thinking of? We're just getting gross.
What?
We're gonna get gross and pot eventually.
Yeah. We're gonna get some things, but I just wanted to show them for now.
Yeah. We don't have to do anything.
Because I just wanted to get the little dialogue with the shop lady out of the way. It's basically, oh, she knows Colt from like childhood, and it's like, oh, well, come to my shop.
This is also really just going to be us like fucking around for 3 hours in Monster Rancher, probably. Like we're just going to try and push forward, but I can all but guarantee you we are not going to complete this game. Like this game is very long to begin with. I know that people can speedrun it super good. But even speedrunning it, I think it takes 2.5 hours to do, and is unreliable. You have to save state, basically, to get it to work, because there's a random element of certain things happening in this game.
I'm gonna do...
So we figured it's more fun just to continue to play through the monster's life cycle for a bit, and show you guys how the game works, and
look at this running! That takes so much
skill.
God!
Oh, that looks awful!
Is that a trip?
That was a failure,
tripped.
yeah.
And he like
He tripped and
jagged
fell
out.
apart, yeah. That was interesting. And then the face came out.
Yeah. I scolded it this time because it keeps failing.
Yeah, well, that doesn't actually affect anything,
Well,
though.
and the style down there, the part that says style, it's an indicator of how strict or how unstrict you are, and it was at soft, which means that we were going too easy on it. Even is about where you want it, so that they're not, like, traumatized and not spoiled. So, I'm gonna try the life again. Just give him another chance.
And nothing, don't worry about it. I'm just reading some of this stuff, and it's like, I think the lady at the shop looked shocked.
Failure again.
Because the first thing she saw when this girl walked in, and suddenly a giant block of gelatin with a face walks in behind her. And it's like, yeah, fair enough. That's pretty terrifying. I would expect somebody to freak out an awful lot about that.
Keeps failing at shit.
Yeah.
And I think it affects fatigue. He doesn't get as tired.
It's unfortunate, but yeah.
I'm gonna try...
I think their fatigue isn't affected by that. I
endure.
think they still have the same amount of fatigue going, which is really unfortunate.
Well, it said seems well as opposed to tired, so I'm gonna keep going. So this is...
Failure. No, you made it. So long as you actually make it, it's a success. Yeah.
So that's how you train your defense, is to like get jabbed by these logs.
Yeah, you just
this
gotta
is
get
intense.
beaten, basically. Can you guys still hear us, by the way? It looks like the chat hasn't moved in a bit, and I'm wondering if our chat's frozen or like what's going on. I might restart the chat just to make sure.
Okay.
I'll give it about 10-15 seconds, and then we'll see.
Should I just keep playing? Like
We'll just keep. Yeah, it's still going.
Okay.
It should be anyway.
All right. I'm gonna see the tentacles again.
It says it's still streaming. Okay,
Caw,
so let's see if...
caw.
Yeah, it could be eyebrows or something. The mouth that comes out is... Okay, now the chat's going again. It wasn't going for a minute there. It was like all dead. Yeah, but no, I think it might be like eyebrows. I don't know. When that mouth comes out, though, that's way bigger than the normal mouth that they have. So, like, I don't know what the hell that is.
Okay, I'm gonna let him rest. I might need to go and get him. I don't know if models
monsters
have
don't have
genitals.
genders.
Yeah,
Genders.
so they're going to be whatever pronoun I
Genders.
think of first.
Monsters don't initially have genders, is what I was going to say. With the exception of Pixie, which I think are all cananically female. But
Sort
I'm not
of.
100% sure.
I mean, yeah, they have like boobs, but I don't think that like they've. Okay, pixies are weird.
They got fur bikinis.
I will say that all of the pixies in their flavor text for like the card system
refer to them as female.
But
that's
then
what I was
all
actually
of the pixie
thinking.
subtypes of other things are considered male.
Yeah.
So I don't think it really matters.
It's kind of confusing.
I'm gonna go get some weed.
Yeah, so the thing where building defense is the monster walking through the logs jutting out would kind of make sense for evasion if it wasn't for the fact that evasion makes way more sense for evasion. Because we haven't shown it yet, but evasion's weird. Like speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not what I'm gonna focus much on because models aren't
pretty
fast.
slow to begin with.
Yeah, like it's a dumb stat.
You might want to build a skill if you can, though, because skill's what kind of controls.
Smoke up, Johnny. It's great.
Yeah. So.
I'll show speed.
Yeah,
right now.
just to show it off, I think might be a good idea. But you're definitely gonna want to do shoot a bunch too, like power and shoot.
Yeah. So this is fun.
This is evasion, like. And this one makes way more sense.
There
that was a great. Hey, look at that.
Oh, no, that was just a success.
All right, well, I don't remember what. Oh
I
no,
expected
great.
him to fail.
Okay, great's when you get that and they move out of the way suddenly, and then they turn and do like a kick or like a hip check and knock the rock off of like balance.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's probably not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go and do shoot. We haven't seen shoot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, by the way, that the grate for the log thing is like for defense is they walk through and they never get fatigued, and when the logs hit them, the logs stop moving entirely. Like they take the full blow and then break the mechanism, and they go through and do all three of them. Yeah. It's really like a lot of the training in this, when it gets up to like the higher grade stuff, it's all fucking anime as hell.
There's a tournament right now, but we're not ready for it.
No, we're still pretty young.
Yeah.
We want to wait at least until one of our powers is, I think, about like 200 to really do the first couple of tournaments.
Yeah, probably.
So power and shoot and maybe a little bit of life and if you want to do some speed, yeah, maybe some intelligence. We don't have any attacks that run off.
Yeah, so it's not useful now, but it's a high stat for this monster. So on the off chance that we get some intelligence types moves, we're going to want to not ignore it.
Yeah, it's potentially a good idea.
Any suggestions on anything yet?
I stopped looking at chat for a second. I can hear you. Yep, I can hear you. Also, that training doesn't. The defense training thing. We were too afraid of the gelatin monster to say anything. These are like Mario Party minigames. Yeah.
Yeah, except we don't do anything.
After watching the eating animation a couple of times, it looks like it's got feelers that come out of its brow and from its cheeks. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Also, notice that when the face comes out when it's eating, it's completely different than when it's emoting. I think it's just a different face. Like, I think these things just decide to make faces, but they'll change the proportions whenever they feel like it.
Have I not shown any of the basics? No, I've shown all these. So I'm
pretty sure we've shown a bunch of these.
Do Domino. Unless, like, if you want to shout out things that we should do, just do it.
No, but I'd like to look at some of these weird things. Wow, there's like little bits and pieces of frame rate slowdown I'm noticing, and it's not the capture, it's just the game. Yeah, it's just the PlayStation.
Yeah, so this is gonna keep going for a bit.
It smashes its face in the ground like a thwomp. We need to keep thwombers away from our farm.
That's true. Just in general, we probably should.
Yeah.
What's also funny about this game is that no matter what monster you have, your facilities don't change to accommodate them. So you'll have pixies look like just straight up humans. They still live in a barn.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna say, like, that's not entirely true.
Yeah, we need a bigger barn for
Yeah, you need a bigger
monsters.
barn for certain
that's like
monsters.
an unlockable thing.
Yeah, but the monsters that are basically just human beings
There's
are
not even
totally
any hay
sleep
in that
and live in a barn. I think hay gets in it during certain seasons, but I'm not 100% certain.
I don't think so.
Oh god, there was something I was gonna say and I forgot what it was. I think it was like some of the monsters, like some of the bigger monsters are like really, really big and they'll fill up the big barn a lot. The big barn, I'm pretty sure, is like twice the size of the barn that we currently have. Like there are some really large monsters, but monsters also grow. So this is the monol in its child form, and eventually when it hits adult, we'll notice like a noticeable change.
Yeah, like not
sizes.
so much in like the way it looks, but it'll like reach higher up when you see it next to the barn.
Yeah.
And when you fight other things, you do see a size difference.
Yeah.
Candy is so stressed. All right.
You might need, mint.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get some of that.
Yeah, you might want to just grab a couple of them. Yeah, there are 3 levels of barns, by the way. I was treating it like there's only 2, but there are 3.
Yeah, well, you needed to get like Baku's and stuff.
Yeah, I think the first one might be Baku and Golem, and I think the second one might be Dragon, but I can't
Yeah,
actually
I've never
remember the
actually
exact...
unlocked dragons, by the way.
I've unlocked dragons before. They're cool. They're super strong monsters, and you can just run through the game. If you train them well, you can run through the game, and it's a piece of cake. But it takes forever to get through the dragons.
Yeah, this game takes a while. We'll probably want to do a stream like this every so often, just to
No.
the game.
We can do that, but we'll probably give about a week ahead of advance. Okay,
We just
I'm
smoked our
tripping over
smart
my
weed,
words.
so it's gonna make us smarter.
We will probably give about a week of advanced, update, I think is what I mean. Because I just said something that didn't make sense there.
You do that a lot.
Yeah, well.
Cheat!
Hey, we cheated.
You still get a little bit of stat boost.
So the stat boost still exists. Scold it, by the way, you're going soft.
Yeah, we've been going soft. Like, this thing's been stressed, but spoiled at the same time. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah, we love this beautiful popsicle child, but...
oh, I do, 100%.
But we need to be a little harder on this candy, because its style is too soft. We need to make it a slightly harder wall.
A hard candy.
Yeah, it needs to be hard candy. Soft candy just ain't gonna cut it.
Hurts your teeth.
Hard candy's for old people.
Failure.
We want to be old people.
We're still a little soft on it, so I'm gonna scold again.
Yeah. The biggest issue that you have is if you get too rough with a monster, I think it does run away.
Yeah, there's opportunities for it to run away. It could get sick. It could just straight up die. It could run away and then never come back, right? Is that an option?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's... The issue with Monster Rancher, and the reason why a lot of people don't particularly care for the game, I feel, is that the monsters are very fragile. Like, people don't like having the feeling of fragility when it comes to something that you kind of want to attach your emotions to and you want to raise. Like with Tamagotchis and V-Pets, you have that death thing, but it takes a lot for you to kill, like, a V-Pet.
Yeah.
For Monster Rancher monsters, you can kill them easy if you're just not paying enough attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a certain depth to it that's really interesting.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of depth to Monster Rancher that a lot of other games don't. Oh god, just every time. A lot of other games don't really touch so well, and I kind of do like it about that. I do like
So
that about
stressed.
it. There we go. Maybe you should just be giving it weed every other week.
Maybe?
Mint. Sorry.
That's-
God, you've got me doing it now.
That's gonna be expensive, though.
Yeah, well, maybe every 3 weeks then, or something like that. I don't know. Like on
Also,
the 3rd week of every month.
I'm gonna save.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I guess that's
Here's our
useful.
other datas. Our first one, and then our
Yeah.
second one.
The first
do
one
a
we
new
played,
one.
I think we played pretty far into the first one, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember how far we got. It wasn't very. It was not like a year. And our first monster was awful. Like, it just didn't ever succeed at anything. So, like, we tried it again and got a really good one, and that's when the Elgato decided to not record.
Yeah, it was... God, I still hate that. Like, I'm going to be angry
was
about that
so
forever.
mad.
For those of you who haven't seen it, by the way, there's a really good video that went up today that is me mad.
Oh yeah, Josh.
I didn't know
Josh
when that one was
has a
going
lot
to
of
come up.
passion
But
in his heart about video games.
here's the thing, right?
And
Like,
Big the Cat.
when I told somebody, like, recently that, hey, you know what, we started Big the Cat, like, for the Sonic stuff, and I actually got mad playing it, they laughed at me. Because I never, like, apparently me being angry is just talking normally and saying, ooh, I'm so angry. And it's like, that's the extent that most people
so
see.
someone who's around the time.
I do get angry
Yes.
sometimes. Yes,
It's not.
I know.
It's not super often, but when he gets angry, he gets like theatrically angry. He just doesn't do it that often.
I can't help it.
He tends to like be chill, and then suddenly this is the worst thing in the world.
I got
That's just
really
how he
angry
does.
at Froggy.
Oh yeah, well Froggy's a terrible
He's
asshole.
awful. Yeah, okay, so somebody asked, does this transform or something? And it's like, yes.
Aww.
Oh, was that a failure?
Yeah.
This thing does kind of transform, but it'll transform almost exclusively when it's doing attacks, I think.
Yeah, also if they mean like evolve, but you can fuse it into other things.
Yeah, there's no evolution, which is really unfortunate because it
Yeah.
seems like the kind of game that would try to do something like that, but it super doesn't.
What's our stats at?
God, just the cart, it's starting to weird me out because it's not even touching the ground, it's just flying.
Yeah. So we haven't really raised anything yet.
Yeah, okay, so let's just start focusing on power and just power.
Yeah. I was trying to keep a little bit of balance. But
Also,
it might need to...
you're gonna want to use more mint leaves because if their stress or whatever is
You know
low,
what? I'm gonna let him rest.
well, if you want to, but low stress because that doesn't reduce stress, that just reduces fatigue.
Yeah, but it looked like it was in need of a little.
Yeah, but low stress I think means high gains when you go through stuff. So you want to keep the stress as low as you can when you're pushing it through drills, so that you can get the most out of each of the drill.
Yeah, but also it's a baby, so its stat gains aren't very high yet in
Well,
general.
I mean that is technically true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I start skipping these animations?
I think
I
it
can
would
go
definitely
through 'em.
speed it up a little bit. Give it one food a month. Yeah, you know what? That is true. We only give it one food a month.
Well,
Doesn't that seem weird?
I think it's less that it's the only thing it eats, but more like we choose what it eats for the entire month. So it's not just that we give it milk now, it's that we just set up a month's worth of milk and it doesn't get any other options. That's how I've always interpreted it.
Can we watch Candy swim?
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing we can do.
So there are only a handful of monsters in this entire game, by the way, that do transform as you raise them. I want to say, yes, Doodle is a transformation of Monal, technically. There's also Worm, but that would take us
a metamorphosis.
forever to do.
Yeah, that's difficult.
'Cause
Also, aren't worms a rare monster to start with?
in this game, worms feel like a rare monster.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually rare, but they're pretty bad.
Alright, Candy, time to swim.
This is going to be really intense for a baby.
Yeah. I don't know where these training facilities are. I guess on our
it's just
ranch we just got
floating
a pool. Well, it's going against the current.
Yeah.
All
You'd expect it
right.
to... Somebody suggested it would flip over and just raft through, but it's like, you know what? It doesn't, though.
Yeah, that would be sensible.
Yeah, so we should probably not do that again.
Not while it's still this young.
Yeah, not when it's a baby.
Also, it does take away from its
Good
stat
gains,
when you
though.
do those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just do a little power.
So, Worm's an interesting one, though, because you
Worms
have to...
are super cute, too.
Worms are super cute. I love them.
Aww.
They're awesome. But the thing with worms is what you're supposed to do is you have to raise them perfect. They can never be stressed and can never be fatigued. And then you have to feed them, I think it's 30 gel cups a month. Like once every month, so like 30 months worth of gel cups. And I think when they hit age 5, if you've done everything perfectly, they'll spin a cocoon.
Oh.
We don't
wow.
have silk cloth.
How do we know it said that?
I have no idea.
Well, it's only 200. Should I?
Yeah, go
Chat,
for it.
should I?
mean,
Should I?
Yeah. We'll wait about 15 seconds and see what the chat wants to say. But
It just wants this little scrap of like unbleached silk. I don't know why it wants it. Is this part of its plans?
yeah, it's gonna coat itself in silk and walk around.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like
they
a
want us
human
to
being.
give it.
Yeah.
There
Got
you
the
go.
maniacal laugh.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh my god.
There you
throat.
go, you creature of the wherever you that came from.
Reward this candy with a wrapper.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Thank you, chat.
Oh my goodness.
Worse than Satan. Oh, sorry, worse than satin, because it's silk. Yeah, no. Oh God, what was I in the middle of? Oh, worm. So if you do everything right after it turns like 5 years old or something, it'll spin a cocoon. And there is a percentage chance of it coming out as any monster at all with a worm subtype. So it might come out as a Suezo with a worm subtype, or a Monol with a worm subtype, or something like that. Like, it'll just transform into another very common monster. Or it can come out as a Beaklon. And the only way to get Beaklon is to do that. And it's effectively a worm spinning a cocoon and coming out as a gigantic, enormous, buff-ass beetle. And it's like, that's great. I love that.
In later games, Beaklons are like a basic monster you can get from the
In
start.
later games, Beaklons replace worms, and worms are no longer an option. And that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, because worms are cute.
Honestly, though, Beaklon, I think, is probably my favorite, like, monster in Monster Rancher. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing because I do like worms. I'd like to be able to raise a worm, and then maybe after 2 years or something, it just auto turns into a Beaklon.
The item shop is having a sale, so I'm stocking up on weed.
Jeez.
So it's like 40 G's off. That's okay.
Somebody said big bad Beetleborgs.
Pretty much.
God. Didn't we try watching that and you actually really liked it?
It's one of those bads that's so bad that, like, you just gotta, like, enjoy it. Like, it did the basic, we took some stuff from, like, a Sentai series in Japan and we just spliced it in with, like, American footage of kids doing things. But also it's, like, in a haunted house and it's, like ghost themed and there's, like, the Joker's there. I'm gonna look at what our battle schedules are. I might want to get.
You think
some
we're running
money
out of
back.
money?
No, but like I don't want to go too far.
Okay. Yeah. The only way to actually lose this game, like the only game over condition, is hitting 0 money.
Yeah, you can kill as many monsters as you
Oh,
want.
yeah,
They'll just let you get more.
You can infinitely be like the worst trainer imaginable and have all of your monsters die and like light your barn on fire for all they care.
Well, that's not a function.
That's not a function, but if it was, they'd let you do it.
Well, so long as you can afford to rebuild it.
Yeah, the only way to lose this game is to hit 0 money.
So I'm gonna give some rest, and then I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna try a battle.
Alrighty. And if we fail, we have a reset button.
Yeah. Well, we won't reset unless this kills Candy.
Well, yeah, alright. I think even then we might not reset. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see. Yeah, when you run out of money, it's over. But, God, I don't even know. When the human head comes out of the block to eat, by the way, and I keep saying this, but somebody's talking about it in there. When the human head comes out of the block to eat, it's not the human head, it's just a mouth.
Yep.
And it
doesn't need eyes to
it's
eat.
way bigger than the mouth that comes out when it's the human head. So, like, I think this thing might, like, I think the actual lore for Monols is that straight up they are ghosts trapped in like bricks or something like that.
Which kind of like contradicts the overall monster lore that these were things made like genetically by like a precursor civilization to be like servants and pets.
I think that's only the lore in the anime.
No, the anime and the first two games are pretty much the same.
But he's like a ghost trapped in a brick wall or something like that. So you could argue that when he's eating, it's like the ghost just changing the form that he pushes out there into just his mouth. So he has more space to work with like, you know, the surface area of the wall. So he just reaches out and eats easy.
So this is an elimination tournament as opposed to a round robin.
God.
So if we lose, we're out.
Okay,
That's fine, though.
round robins in this game are awesome because it would basically mean that we have to fight 3 opponents and it's everybody on the board except for us.
Yeah, but then like if we win the majority of our fights, we're good.
Yeah,
Here
but
we can't lose once.
Yeah, elimination is if you lose once, you lose.
Yeah, that's
the
fine
end.
though. And also, like, it gives you the option to turn on the AI or just control yourself. Never turn on the AI. Why would you do that?
Technically, I don't know if it's a wall of sentient candy, the person who said that. Somebody said, I have a question. What purpose a wall of sentient candy would serve even to an ancient society?
Well, there's a point in the anime where one of the villains is in his lair in the desert and, like, the entire floor lifts up and it's a bunch of sand-colored monos. So, presumably, building material that can be easily turned into traps?
I guess there's security to some extent. I don't know if it's actually made of candy. It might just look like it is or something. I don't know. I like to think it's just made of candy, though. Just this big sugary treat running around with a human face.
It's actually made of plant because it's monoline plant.
Is it monoline plant? Is that what they are?
Yeah. This thing we're up against is a Suezo plant.
Oh yeah, they're very similar too.
And we're doing pretty good. He's, like, listening to commands because sometimes they don't. He's dodging well.
Well, if loyalty's high, they don't
It's at, like,
have
30.
a lot of foolery moments.
Yeah. It can go up to like 100.
Yeah, it can go up to 100, but we've got about a third, so there's about a 2/3 chance he'll do it, and he's just
and the
doing
other
pretty
guy
good actually.
is not very good. The other guy keeps fooling.
Yeah, it's a candy wall versus a candy. I don't want to say what I think Suezo is.
Let's just say it's a candy eyeball.
Yeah, it's a candy eyeball.
I want to say it's got little leaves coming off the sides of its head too.
I think it does.
So like
I'm
it
not
is very
entirely
much
sure.
just supposed to look like a tropical plant.
I like that its name is
We won.
Lontar, which
We
is
won.
nothing as far as I
Oh,
know.
and the opponents in these tournaments are persistent. Like they will continue. They're not like procedurally generated. Like so, Lontar, the plant Suezo, will just be one that reoccurs. Like all of these are ones that you'll see over and over.
Our symbol is just a green square.
Oh yeah, yeah. Green
That's pretty
for
great,
plant
actually.
and square for mono.
Yeah.
As
So
opposed to
that's how it
Lontar.
works, by the way. If you see those little icons, each of them represents a monster because the shape represents the base type and then the subtype is the
And
color.
I love that system because
it's a
it
really good
means
system.
every purebred monster needs to have both a unique color scheme and a unique shape.
Somebody suggested that the Suezo might actually be like a gummy candy, and I'm okay with that. I agree.
Yeah.
That could be like a gummy eyeball or something easy.
Yeah. What's kind of sad is that not all of the Monster Rancher monsters actually follow the idea that it's got a distinct shape and a distinct color, and then those tend to be the ones that don't get to like hybridize hardly at all. Like hoppers. Hoppers never get to be anything. They're like a lemur looking thing, but they're like a generic gray, and then nothing else ever gets that color scheme because it's too similar to like the gray for golems.
Aren't they eventually replaced, or did they replace somebody else? I can't
Hoppers
remember.
I think are only in this game.
Yeah, because they get replaced by Mews, right?
No, there's Mews in this game.
No, like I think they're both in this game, but I think Hoppers just straight up disappear
Yeah,
after
Hoppers.
this.
I think this is the only one they're in at all, which is kind
Yeah.
of sad because
Are they
they're
not the
kind of fun.
first?
No, I don't think so. Mews are, but under a different name. Well,
Oh,
sort
okay.
of.
Maybe
like they're
that's
called
what I'm
Nyas, and
thinking.
they're slightly different looking, so they can
There's some
be argued a
weird
different thing.
thing where the Hoppers like just fucking disappear, but Mews take over, and Mews aren't originally Mews. They're some other garbage. Mews literally just look like
They're living
like
dolls.
they're like the plush doll version of a Hopper.
Oh,
They're
this
doing
thing's
a bit more
defense is
damage.
garbage. This is a tiger and a hare,
Yeah.
and that means it's going to be fast, but it's not necessarily going to be all that defensive.
Careful, you lose accuracy when your guts are in.
Yeah, I know.
Guts is both MP and accuracy, by the way. It's kind of a nonsense system, but I guess it sort of works.
Yeah.
You're just
Need
gonna
to
chip
get
him
out.
out.
I'm trying to get away.
Uh-oh. Hit triangle to knock him back.
Yeah, if you're really close, you can do that.
Uh-oh. Ooh, he's gonna ruin our day.
Yeah, we just need to get one more hit and then avoid everything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
pretty
keep
much.
back for a little bit. There we go.
Okay, we actually hit him there.
So I'm gonna mash that, see if I can get another one in.
Oh, yeah.
If I can stall him, we won.
Yeah, because the big
Nice,
thing...
we won.
The big thing with this battle system is that you do have this issue where, like, the time does not stop going down for the animations. The animations can play out. So sometimes
part of the
strategically,
strategy.
it is a really good idea to get an attack that takes forever to do. That way you can lock both yourself and your opponent in the animation, and then you're just stuck doing the animation for like a full 5
Candy
seconds and
wins.
running the clock down. We better climb the aggro crag.
What?
No, you know what? Candy is like a part of the... Candy's a descendant of the aggro crag.
Yeah,
That means they
probably.
had to like chip her off of... I don't know. They had to chip this sentient wall off of the aggro crag. But it's also made of candy, so I guess it came off of someone's shoes or something.
Maybe.
It's part of the
So we
aggro
got
crag that
some
wasn't
money
supposed to
from
be
that.
there.
Disc chips, probably not going to be useful anytime soon. It's something to do with fusion, which we're probably not going to do for a while. Alright, we gained 2 fame. It doesn't seem like much, but eventually we'll build it up, and then that'll mean that people will come and be like, I heard you have a famous monster. Can I take it on an adventure? Stuff like that.
Yeah, there is a monster called Tsukisuezo. Somebody
thing.
mentioned it. Yeah, Tsukisuezo is the strongest monster in the game. It comes out with max stats.
And it lives for like a month.
It lives for I think it's a full month. It might live for, somebody said a week, and I don't know if it's a week or a month.
But it's like you
It's,
take it into battle, and then it wins, and then you get money, and then it immediately dies.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it. Except you can have infinite Tsukisuezos if you really want. And when you read the lore for them, they look just like Suezos, except they're like a touch darker. And it says in the lore that they're not actually Suezos. They're some kind of like robot or an artificial life form designed to look like a Suezo.
Which is not that different from just being a Suezo. I think I spoiled it too much. Our style is fond.
Yeah, you need to stop making this a soft candy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tsukisuezo it's only there to do stuff really good and then die immediately.
Failure.
And the only way to get Tsukisuezo is to do the thing where you take monsters out of discs and to get it off of Monster Rancher 1. Monster Rancher 1 is a Tsukisuezo.
So we don't have that.
No. And Monster Rancher 2, in this game, like if you just leave the disc in and let it do its thing, is a tiger with a hair subtype.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Kind of bland.
Yeah. In Monster Rancher 1, if you leave the disc in and you just let it do its thing off of that disc, I think the monster you get is a I want to say it's a spot dino? Like it's a dino with a hair subtype. Dinos being zooms, but zooms don't exist in the first game.
Yeah, like zooms are more
Dinos
streamlined
don't
than
exist
dinos.
in this game.
Dinos literally just look like kind of like T-Rexes, but kind of cartoonish.
Pretty much, like, I don't know.
Something good in the chat? Read it to me.
Just people getting confused about the aggro crag. Let's see. Dog says 1-1. Our candy is a piece of the crag. Oh, same joke. Wait, so is the candy the trophy we got from climbing the aggro crag? Since candy is a piece of aggro crag, candy is a sentient piece of the aggro crag. Guess that's why it's so short-lived. That's talked about the Tsukisuezo. Soft candy is the best, and soft sun.
Yeah, we're too soft.
We need to not be fond. Soft is fine, but I'd like to pull it back even from that and make it even if we could. But because that's how you build loyalty.
I know how to toughen you up.
If it goes too high or it goes too low in either direction, you start losing loyalty. And loyalty means that you're going to get foolery, and it also means that you're going to get less guts during battle.
Yeah.
There's a higher chance of them running away or becoming really spoiled about certain things and
Demanding
and stuff like that.
more shit.
Yeah. We should probably do a few more defense trainings or something like that. Maybe some more power, honestly, because we don't have power very high yet still. The amount of damage output that we were doing during that fight was kind of low.
Yeah.
For like a monol, which usually have pretty good amounts of damage, like you could tell it was doing more than
Our
the
gains are
things
going
we were
up a
fighting.
little. We were doing like 1 or 2 before, now we're going up
Yeah,
to 5.
it's starting to get older. It's not, I think it's not a toddler, but it is a child or something like
Yeah,
that.
so if it stops liking milk, we'll know that it's
Yeah,
not a
that
baby.
it's
Unless it
become
just
a-
really likes milk.
That it's become like a teen or an adolescent, yeah. Because that's the closest thing to transformation that these monsters do. They do grow slowly over time.
It didn't give me like a happy face, so I guess
Yeah.
it's gotten older.
Huh.
Oh, okay, so Colt's telling us it's spoiled.
You could check the data and go into the monster, and does this actually tell us? I don't remember.
Well, it's 9 months old.
Go over. Keep going. No, I guess not. Huh.
Yeah.
I thought it told you, but maybe I'm just going nuts. It does look a little bit bigger, so that might be
that's probably part of
our
it.
letting us know,
So yeah, I'm gonna have to be a little more strict with it.
yeah. Yeah.
Although it's been giving me fewer chances to scold it.
Well, it's because it hasn't been fucking up.
Yeah, not lately.
Yeah. I don't know. What does nature do? Nature, I think, influences the kinds of attacks it learns or small bonuses that it gets from specific attacks. I'm not 100% sure.
This is not a baby anymore.
I think I've looked it up in the past, and it's like actually nature
Oh,
does
you
very
fucker!
little.
What the? That was a cheat.
What were they supposed to do?
Okay, so they were supposed to pull that pile of bricks.
And they just ran up there without the brick.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and scold it.
Scolding the shit out of you.
How dare you, Candy?
Candy,
You're
needed
such
to
a
pull them
disappointment.
bricks.
How dare you?
I mean, they still got the stats. Let's see if they'll do it a good way this time.